For this episode of Eddy's Kitchen, we're gonna cook some pretty basic food, pinto beans. What I've got in front of me is a few ingredients just to cook the beans to start with. I've been soaking them overnight, let them soak for a while. Actually, I soaked them this morning until this evening. I've got some onion. You can use various types of onion, shallot, garlic, some serrano peppers. I've got some cumin and some bay leaf that I'm gonna put in it. And then this is a chunk of tasso ham, which is not a ham at all, but off of the front shoulder of a pig. Now we're gonna cook the beans in a very basic way. Like I said, whatever you want to put in, put an onion, a jalapeno, maybe a pepper or two, a little bit of spice, a little bit of meat. Then we're gonna show you the real secret thing once we get that done. It's easy to cook. It's easy to cook at a camp. It's easy to cook at home. You're gonna love it. If they all tasted this good, we'd have beans with every meal. They're pretty plain beans. This is what's gonna make this dish just pop like crazy. I've got some bacon, I've got some tomatoes, some cilantro, some onion, some serrano peppers, which are really just the makings of a pico de gallo. We're not gonna put any lemon juice in it. We're gonna take these, we're gonna fry up the bacon. I'm gonna coarse cut it, about half a pound of this because I've got a big pot. Then I'm gonna add all these other ingredients like I was making a pico, but I'm gonna saute them. Then I'm gonna put them in the beans. I'm gonna put a bottle of beer in there, let it simmer for about another 15, 20 minutes. It is gonna be wonderful. It'll become the way that you make beans, at least for a while, until you're tired of them. This is where we get into the fun stuff. I've browned my bacon. I've scooped it out with a slotted spoon to leave our drippings, which is what we're wanting. Now we're gonna put this garlic in. You do everything like you would a pico de gallo, except for probably the sliced garlic. Most of us wouldn't like sliced garlic in our pico de gallo. But I'm gonna soften them first, so it's gonna be fine. I like the flavor of that roasted garlic that it gives off. We're gonna put our onions in first, and we're gonna soften them just a little bit. Let those soften just a minute. And then we're gonna get our peppers in next, which are the next hard thing. And these will cook down to just almost nothing in a little bit. And then we'll add our tomatoes to it, soften them good, and then finally we'll add our cilantro, and then we're gonna add all of these back into the beans. Add a bottle of beer, let it simmer for about 15 or 20 minutes. It's gonna be terrific. We put the onions in and we've softened those, then I added my jalapenos and my serrano peppers, mostly serrano peppers. We don't wanna make it too hot. I've added a little salt and pepper, and remember the golden rule, you can always add salt, you can't take it out. We're just about ready to add our tomatoes and get those softened, and then we're gonna add the cilantro, mix it all in with the meat. Looking good so far. Very quickly I'll be adding my tomatoes now to get those softened. We've got the beans cooking up here, and they're looking great. They're about ready. I pulled the bay leaves out. I've got the tomatoes in now. I've got the cilantro mixed in with it. It's got a nice consistency to it. This looks just beautiful. We're gonna put this in the beans in just a minute, put the bacon in with it, mix all that together, add a bottle of beer to it, let it cook for about 20 minutes. Oh my goodness, you cook this at the deer camp, at the fish camp, you cook it at home, and people are gonna think you know what you're doing. It smells terrific, and it's gonna be even better. Frijoles a la Charra, guys. We've got it ready now. I'm gonna drain a little bit of that juice off. We've got the vegetables in there. Oh, it smells delicious. This is gonna go so good. We're gonna cook some venison sausage with it, maybe a little andouille sausage, and put a little red wine reduction together. It's gonna go so well with these beans. We're gonna sample them right now.